there, YouTube! Here I am, as promised, with the tour of my little creative space, and I'm holding the camera, so it's probably going to be... Okay, sorry, I won't make you nauseated. So this is the tiny little space that I set up for myself. Currently, my husband and I are in like a 900 square foot condo, so there's not... It's a one bedroom, so there's not really a lot of space for... He's kind of a pack rat, I'm kind of a creative stuff, paper pack rat. So between the two of us, we have jammed this place to the gills. So I had to carve out a little area of the bedroom. So it's not ideal, but we are house hunting, so hopefully in a couple of months I'll be able to take you through a really cool creative studio. But I just wanted to show you where I'm working now and kind of the lineup of supplies that I've got in easy reach. So first I'll give you just a quick look at it. And there's my dog food container, isn't that charming? And then we can go into the details. See you back in a sec. Okay, we're back on the worktop and you can see my creepy little doll there. So to start with, what I can't show you because the tripod is sitting on top of them, on top of a table, is I currently have 3 Project Life card sets, and I know that for some of you you're probably like, oh, 3 Project Life sets, isn't that darling? But I've got the Seafoam edition, I've got the Dreamy edition, and I've got the Cinnamon edition. And of the 3 of them, the Seafoam is definitely my favorite. It's got poppy colors. The Dreamy edition is pretty. The Cinnamon edition I don't really care for. There are a couple of cards in there that I like, but most of them, but I got the Dreamy and the Cinnamon on clearance at Michael's, and that was actually how I got into this whole shebang. So, you know, the Cinnamon edition, while I may not love the colors, it got me into the whole journaling in the Midori and the whole scrapbooking and this whole awesome YouTube community. Sorry, that's my bathrobe. It's gross. So anyway, I'll take you through a couple of the things that I work with, and we can kind of... Oh, geez, sorry, I just jarred the table. All right, everybody's okay? Okay, no earthquakes here. And we can kind of go through what I'm using. So actually, what I'm going to do first is carry you through the tabletop, and then I'll bring some other stuff. So give me one moment. Okay, so this is kind of... I don't necessarily do my work here. I mean, this is my desk, pardon the mess, and I do a lot of my work over here. But this is where I keep all my stuff and, you know, some of the things laid out that I want to use so that I just don't get overwhelmed on the desk, because I like, despite having a lot of stuff, I like to have a clean desk. Imagine that. So, here's a picture that I took in Tokyo, and I just loved... We were in the middle of a park and it was so tranquil and quiet and beautiful, but you could see the high-rise buildings, and the contrast of that just struck me as so beautiful, and it reminds me every day that no matter how busy things are, no matter how crazy things get, you can always find a moment of serenity if you look in the right place. So that's just a little reminder for me, and just one of my favorite pictures because the contrast is so cool. And then this little guy I got at Anime Boston, and he's from Cross's Critters, and he's so soft and adorable. So obviously he has to stay with me all the time too. I'm a big fan of ampersands, partially because I'm good at drawing them and many people I know are not. And this is just a little, it's a solid perfume. It's like a Nag Champa scent, which smells really good. And I bought it, God, like a decade ago in Cape Cod at some tourist shop, and it still smells good. So I almost never wear it, but sometimes I like to smell it because it's a calming scent for me. These are the most recent bits that I cut out of a piece of, cardstock, so just a couple of little cameras. I figured they might come in handy at some point. Oh, here we go. These are a set of, and I have another one on my desk. Oh, sorry, I'm totally not even looking where I'm aiming. These are Totoro stamps. And again, for those of you who are into Studio Ghibli movies, you will recognize these right away. So 2 of them are little capsules that come with 4 stamps and their own ink pad. So this one's got the cat bus and May, actually 2 Mays and a little Totoro. And the little, let's see if this will focus up this close. I don't know if it will. Yeah, no such luck. But this one in the bottom right here, I think the character, oh no, that's not a character, that's a sprite. There's a character in this one, yeah, on this guy right here, that says already. So I tend to use that on my calendar a lot after like a year has gone by. So these are all just cute little, I love Totoro. It's one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite stories. So I like to, and I just think the characters are so adorable. So I like to keep those around. Then we'll put those guys back. I've got these Midori D-clips and the bird. I'm just gonna put it there. The bird is one of my favorite things, so there's still a bunch in there. I love the slide containers. They're, whoa, the dog's gonna chew on that if I don't get it. They're very thoughtful in their packaging at Midori and just in Japan in general, and I really, really appreciate that. So let's move over here. We've got some Washis on a roll, and that's just the desktop edition of the Washi. And as you can tell, I really, really like stripes and chevrons. And then this one, this green one here, once again, I've mentioned him to you before, but that's Oji-san. So I like to have a little old man all around the place for whatever reason. I've got a couple of washi tapes that are printed. They're plastic tapes rather than paper, but these I got from Jet Pens, and they're alphabets. And one of them is animals, one of them is just things. I have one that's like vehicles, and they teach you. Well, they don't really teach you, but they, you know, it's English and then Japanese, and it gives you it highlights in red the syllable that the word starts with. So I think that's cute. Over here, I've got just some, you know, some tabs. This is it's a friction or a pressure stamp or something from Japan, which I think is cool. I've got an eraser. Toothpicks, and actually I'll show you what I do with these. I don't know if any of you have happened across that sort of fix, but it's really useful for me, so we'll go over what I use them for in a second. My most commonly used pens and pencils and a couple of X-Acto knives. Project life cards on the desktop. Oh, corner punch, note to self, lives are at stake, send coffee. Oh, this is a different one. Anyway, note to self. Couple of project life cards, just ones that I like. So I have the summer fun mini kit up here, so I do have another one, and I have 3 more on the way, so I'm building my collection. My return address stamp, I've just got some to-do stamps and seal books and things here. I've got a post-it to-do list. I've got another set. I think this is We Are Memory Keepers. This is the Sweet Life phrase cards, so I keep those. This is my original Midori, and you might be saying to yourself, Leela, what the heck is your original Midori doing put away? But I'll tell you that later too. And my stencils, and let's put these down so you can see them because it never focuses on stuff you can see through. So these are the larger counterpart to the stencils that I showed you before that I keep in my on-the-go kit. So these are the bigger ones. If I want really big letters, that's where I go. And then I found at the Target dollar spot these adorable gold alpha stickers, and they're not chipboard. They actually are paper, so I find that they're a lot easier to work with. And then I've just got my basic pen. And again, anime fans will probably recognize Sailor Moon. I've got Sharpies back there and just some more common pens and pencils, and then a really big long ruler because those can be useful. And that's what's on top of my desk. Now let's take a look. Well, not the desk, but you know what I mean, the little cabinet thing. This is actually one of the six opening cubicles. So now that we've seen that, let's move on to what's in the cubes. So cube 1, let's see, we'll start at the top left. So cube 1 contains stamp pads. And I like the color box pigment archival ones. I've seen a lot of you in the community using the stays on. I've never used those, so maybe I'll give them a try, but I'm a big fan of the color box ones. I think they've got beautiful, like especially the gold, just has such beautiful quality in the ink, and it's really, really vibrant. So that's a favorite of mine. And then I've got tweezers because you never know when you might need tweezers. I've got a little box of sort of bits and bobs. I've got, you know, acrylic blocks for stamping, and I've got one set. I've got a couple more on the way. Like I said, I'm just getting into this whole collecting stuff. Stickers, and these are part of the same set that I showed you before that it was the DIY something, but same thing. I got those on Amazon with the kit. Those little things in corners, this is another sticker sheet that I have of stuff with them on. Another picture of me from the photo booth. Oh, that's not gonna focus. And that probably isn't either. Never mind. But I might make that into a sticker at some point. These were from New Year when it was the year of the horse. So these are over a year old, but they're so pretty. I'm not going to get rid of them. So they still have a home. More from that original set. These are, these are like Martha Stewart line baby stickers, but To be honest, I just fell in love with the rocket. So I bought them, come on and focus. I bought them years and years ago for the rocket, but they're all pretty cute. Banner stickers, very simple. Alice in Wonderland. There's a lot of Alice in Wonderland stuff in Japan. I saw so much of it and I don't really know why. This is Dumpling Fox. So super adorable. Look at his cute little face. Ooh. And then these things, these are from K & Company Smash, and they're supposed to be page tabs, but they don't stick. So I don't know, I figured for 70 cents, why the heck not? I may turn them into stickers or, you know, just cut them in half and use the little banner things. I'm not sure yet, but I can't bear to throw them away. So, you know, if I can't use them within the next 6 months, I will revisit that decision. But for now, they stay. Also back here, no, I have got, oops, sorry, my Le Plume stickers. So in addition to my stamp pads, if I want to do any stamping, I have plenty of colors to choose from. And sometimes I will use those to color in a stamp if I've stamped it in black initially and then want to add some color. So that's also down there. And these guys sit together on top of a little shelf. And then I have, I think I showed you some of these before, but I have a basic rainbow set of the Distress Stains by Tim Holtz, which don't want to focus. But I've got the red, orange, yellow, the green, 2 blues, a purple, and like the tea stain. So that's a good basic set to have, I think. I've also got a set of wooden rubber stamps that we got, I think it was at the Omoizaka shop in Pennsylvania. But they're just, you know, typewriter letters. And then I like the little bonus of the scissors and the 2 dip fountain pen nibs. I think that's really neat. So my husband actually bought those and he never used them, so I commandeered them. They're now mine. What else do I have in here? I stopped by the Target dollar spot and found a number set that had all this punctuation and stuff with it, and then these 5 stamps and this clear case they were in. So I think this was a $3, so I think this whole thing cost me like $5 to put together, maybe 6. So pretty neat. And then I also have more colored pencils. This is a very basic Prismacolor set. This is in addition to the very large black box set that I have that I was gifted, God, more than a decade ago now, but I still use them and I still replenish the colors. But this is more of an on-the-go, like if I'm going on vacation and want to take colored pencils with me, which doesn't happen as much as it used to, but I still have this set intact. And then this is a set of watercolor pencils. So these are actually the kind of colored pencils. They're the, I think they're also Prismacolor, but they're the design, oh, you're never gonna be able to see that, the design watercolor pencils. And, you know, the set's kind of seen better days, but why throw them away? They're super expensive and they are beautiful quality. So sometime, I expect that I'll probably start using those as I do more watercolor and painting and things like that. And I actually do have a Midori sketchbook now set up, and that's actually in my old sketchbook container. So, well, it's in my old Midori. So now I've got, in here currently, I've just got Draw Things and Don't Worry. And this bit I cut out of a paper source catalog and ran it through my stamp maker, which we will look at as well. And then I used that fountain pen stamp here, stamped this out. So I'm designing a book cover for an ebook that my uncle wrote. So, and then also in here, I'm going to do my, my lister's got a list when I start doing that challenge in May. So that's exciting too. Now let's move across. So next one over, middle top, is my washi library. So these are the extras that I couldn't find room for in the carousel. Still cute, but not my favorites. My favorites are in the carousel. Aside from the favorites that, you know, didn't already have, because my favorite favorites are partially on the desktop, but they already have their own dispensers. So this, oh, I need to adjust my camera. This is my washi carousel, and these are by We Are Memory Keepers. Each carousel comes on its own, but you can buy the connecting pole. And And then this is actually the one that originally comes, well, it's in here too, but it went with this one, and then I got the connector pole. And it's no longer useful within this setup, but, so I've got all kinds of washies here. And let me actually grab the camera so I can sort of close in on them for you. I'm sorry the light isn't terribly good, but we do our best. So that's that one, and my dog says hello. And then the bottom tier, I love this bicycle one. And then these two tapes I got, dog, knock it off. These two tapes I got at Anime Boston. Excuse me just a minute. Evie, Evie, are you gonna relax? Evie, calm down. So that is the washi collection that I have now. And I would love to know, because I got a lot of these at Michael's, I got some of them at Walmart, I got some of them online, and I would love to know where you guys get yours and some of your favorites. So that would be really cool to see. Let's see, I'm just gonna skip around and not go in order because I do what I want. So I've got address labels, and those are for the challenge next month. From Corey at the Reset Girl. I'm very excited to get started in May, which will be, it's excellent timing because I'll have just finished the edits on my second novel and gotten them out to my early readers, so I will have time while I'm waiting for them to get back to me with feedback, which is awesome. So I've got a cutting board. I'm sure you guys all have something like it. You guys probably have way more elaborate ones than me, but this one has stood me in good stead for a long time. So I use that quite a bit. And then I have a couple of drawers in here. So in one of these drawers, I've got another set of those sparkly gold alphas. You know, just basic Scotch tape. I've got, pardon the sound, I'm just getting out of my chair. I've got an envelope stencil from Japan, so you can make a bunch of different sizes of this kind of vertical envelope. I have also got, oh, and this is the thing I was telling you about the toothpick. I use packing tape for surprisingly a lot, considering that I don't send packages, but you can never find the end of your tape, and it's annoying. But if you put a toothpick in, you don't lose any tape, you don't have to, whoops, you don't have to cut, you don't have to scrabble at the thing with your fingernails. I have very weak fingernails, so I have to find a way to make tape easier for me, so this is how I do it. And it also works with the Scotch tape plastic washies, which I don't really like very much, but I like this color, which you probably can't even see. So I keep it around for that. What else have I got? I've got a 1-inch punch. I've got a couple of shape punches here. I've got a bird and a heart and a star. Whiteout thing. Glue stick. And a circle and line, you know, thingy. I don't really even know what it's for. I bought it one time when I was on an art supplies rampage, and you know, you never can tell when something like that might come in handy. So that's part of what's in that box. And then in addition, I've also got a tiny hole punch. I've got a barking dog, some more washies. Evie, chill out, pal. I have got my Xyron sticker maker, which is really cool. Dog, chill, calm down. We have people working outside, so he's freaking out. And actually, you know what? While we're here, what I will do is, if you haven't seen how this little magical contraption works, I will show you. So, you pop in whatever you want to make a sticker of. And there's no light here. Okay, hold on, we gotta move. Ooh, let's see if this will work. Yeah, that totally works. Okay, you pop in whatever you want to make a sticker of, and you feed it through, and it comes out on this end. And please focus. Whee! And then you just rip off, and it comes with the teeth built in here. And I'm so sorry that's blurry. And then we're gonna move again. And then what you do is you just rub, 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 rub. And By some kind of alchemical magic and tomfoolery, this plastic bit is sticky. And I just fold that over and toss it. And this is just like any other sticker paper. This is not sticky, but underneath this, it is. So this is now a sticker, which I'm not gonna peel because I have nowhere to put it yet. But thank you, because now I have another sticker. So thanks for participating in my sticker making adventures. So in addition to that, I have basically 3 refills, and then I have the Xyron Create a Sticker Max. And hold on, let's just take a look at the box, because I don't want to take it out of the box. Whoops, camera strap. There it is, Sticker Max, and it makes larger stickers. And then I've got refills for the little one. Yeah, so I am kind of a sticker maven right now. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of awesome. And it's so cool to be able to like cut things out. Like I have, and I'll show you, a bunch of bits and bobs from a Paper Source catalog. And I love Paper Source, but I tend not to buy a lot of stuff from them. Sometimes I do. But it's really exciting that I just made stickers out of a bunch of stuff in their catalog because, or I can because I cut it out. So anyway, in another of the compartments, I've got this guy, which I've got some cards in here. I've got a couple of sets of We Are Memory Keepers cards in here right now, and then it'll also house, as I, you know, expand my collection, I've got 3 more Project Life sets coming, so that those will go in there. And my dog is barking again. I have also got 2 containers, and one of them has photos. These are Instagram photos that I had printed through Kicksend. And then one of them, again, has just bits and things that I found that I liked. So, again, I've just started doing all this, so I don't have a lot yet, but You Are My Sunshine. Another one. Whoops, you're never gonna see that. Beautiful. I'm sorry the light here is so terrible. I apologize. It's one of the many things that I will look to correct when I'm in a position to do so with more space and more equipment. Little heart flag. You are loved. So anyway, I'm not going to force you to look at all those in really bad light, but you kind of get the gist. So the cool thing about that is that all those tiny little catalog pictures that you're like, oh, I could never use that as art, you can use them as stickers in your planner. Woohoo! So that is just one way that I am sticking it to the man and doing my own thing, as I'm sure all of you are too. And so we've got 2 more, oh, hold on. This is usually on top of my Project Life boxes. Again, these are mostly We Are Memory Keepers cards, although I do have some Project Life cards in here too. So, you know, brand I don't really care about as long as I like the cards in them. And then I've got some Crane. These go in, I don't know if you know those leather, like pocket pad things where instead of carrying a pad around, you carry like a little leather hardback thing with 4 like photo corners, and then these would go in and you can jot yourself like super fancy rich person notes. I never bought one of the leather things, but by God, I love the quality and the size and the shape of this paper. So, you know, and it'll be even prettier if I corner around it. Woohoo! So I have one plain one, and then I have one with a blue star, which is cool. And sadly, they don't really make these anymore, so I'm like torn between using them because I love them and, you know, saving them because we already talked about how I do that. And if you weren't present for talking about how I did that, go ahead and see my other videos. Oh, look, you probably saw that. Hold on, where was it? Oh, do. Cool. So I did this week get a Foxy Dori, and I think I told you guys that eventually I would get one. So I totally bought one the next day, and it arrived this week, and I had a little bit of a hard time at first adjusting, but we have found an excellent place, my Foxy journal cover and me. So I'm gonna use it for a week, and then I will come back to you next weekend with kind of where I am on using that. But I was really skeptical at first, and I was really disappointed, but we have come to terms, and we are in a good spot. So 2 things to go, and here we are. I have one box that has a bunch of empty boxes in it that I will probably like store things in at some point, but I'm not gonna show you those. So, T-square. It's not a very good T-square. I just noticed that it's like super bent. So, I don't know, maybe I'll graduate to a metal one now that I'm fancy. Little cutter, nothing special, but it does the job, and I may get a bigger one, but I've had this one for a couple years and change out the blade and it's good as new. And what else do I have in here? This is my, it's not really kind bars, although it used to be, but this is my collection of, you know, journals waiting to be used. I've already got volume 2 decorated because I do that. Or at least, you know, started to decorate it. So just Midori notebooks and supplies and things. I've got a little folder that I made that was too fat for my previous, my original Midori setup. I've got a Let's Learn Hiragana chart because, again, Japanese is kind of a cool thing in my house. And the other thing that I have in here is my Copic set. So I am not an artist, although I have always wanted to be. So I try to use the Copics whenever I can, just to, I don't know. I have marker paper. I was really into it. They're amazing for shading. I always loved doing colored pencil drawings, and then people would be like, oh my god, how did you get the shading like that? And I'm like, dude, markers, that's what you do. And I used to use the La Plumes that I showed you earlier, but the Copics are like on a whole other level. So this is my core set that I built. I didn't buy a set from somebody else that decided what colors I would want. These are the colors that I chose for myself. So I'm sorry that you're not getting a very good view of those, but these are there. Does that help? That's my Copic set. So it is super, super cool. And then the only other thing that I have, I'm actually going to carry you over there for, and I have to adjust my light, so give me one moment. Okay, so this is the last square, and again, you can kind of see how these are configured. This is my sticker drawer. These are the bits and bobs. This is what we just went through, where the Copics are. And I got this, I'm a Birchbox subscriber. Oh, there's something in there. What did I put in there? What did I put in there? I don't even know. Oh my god, how bad is that? How bad is that? Anyway, Birchbox and Rifle Paper Company got together for the latest box, so isn't that gorgeous? Hold on, what did I put? Hold on. Oh yeah, okay, there's little candles in there in different colors. That's why it's so heavy. I seriously could not remember for the life of me what I had. That is crazy talk. All right, so here is my final cabinet, cube, whatever. Over here is a bunch of page protectors. And this is, you know what, I'm gonna tripod you and hold on a second. Okay, here we go. So this is a carnelian wand, which I ordered from an Etsy shop online, and I will link them below. But isn't that just gorgeous? Like the colors, it's so, I mean, obviously you can't feel the weight, but it is heavy. And carnelian is supposed to ground you and help foster creativity. So those are the two things that I need most in my life. Grounding, because I tend to be very imaginative, and sometimes when I'm writing, that's a great thing. When I'm like imagining the people I love dead in a ditch by the side of the road somewhere, not as good of a thing. So, you know, balance. I've already got, even though it has nothing in it, I've already got this notebook for my traveler's inserts, and I'm already more than halfway through my first insert, and it's only been, what, like 2.5 weeks. So I figure I'll probably go through, you know, an insert a month, which is about right for me. This is a shell that belonged to my grandmother, same one from whom I got the button that's on my original Midori, so I keep that because it was one of her favorite things and she always had it with her. And then, whoops, sorry, I jarred you. And then this guy, let me readjust here. This guy here smells really good. Oh, and on top of it, I've got my address book. And then we've got a 4-drawer thing, and it had little spaces. I got this at Marshall's, and it had little spaces for labels, which makes me super, super happy. So postage stamps are here. Stationery is here, and I just have a couple of cute little cards, which I may use these in pages or cut them to do something with, because they're just so adorable. And then I have personalized stationery in that drawer as well. That's a small social size, apparently is what it's officially called. Stickers and seals in here, so this is where I keep all of my not on the go stuff. So I've got all kinds of seal book things and stickers and all kinds of stuff in here. Sailor Moon, Oji-san, all kinds of delicious, wonderful things. I think my favorite is the Ninja Rabbit. He's definitely one of my all-time favorites. So those guys live in there, and eventually I know I'm gonna have to find another home for them because as my collection grows, this thing ain't gonna cut it anymore. And then down here I keep my origami paper. and miscellaneous stuff. And I'm using the Totoro. I've cut some guys out to make stamps, or stickers rather, and then the rest of it really is just different origami papers. And I'm sorry I'm kind of like slap dashing this video off. I can't really see what I'm doing because I'm in front of the camera, so it's a little bit awkward and amateurish, and I apologize for that. Oh, dang. All right, so that, in a nutshell, is my supplies area. And I think it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it, although I'm enjoying the thought of moving even more because one of the criteria of buying a house is that I have to have a room of my own for writing and study, and you know, I've got, I don't know, a couple hundred books here in the condo and another couple hundred in storage, so I need a library, a creative space, a quiet space that's just mine. Most families, you have a husband with a man cave. I need a girl cave, just to hang out and be creative. Like, Matt really likes to hang out together all the time. I'm much more of a loner, so I need that alone time, and I need a door that closes, and I'm gonna get one, yes! So anyway, I'll have a much more awesome setup, and I'll, you know, once I get set up, I'll take you through that, but I have no idea what the timing is. We have to find a place that we love and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna stop talking now. So thank you for joining me, and next weekend I will see you back here with a review of 1 week of use with my Foxy, quote-unquote, Dori notebook cover. Have a great week. Bye.